Welcome. We are back for another episode. This time it is in Baku. You can see that we've turned our fortunes around a little bit. We've got some points in the last couple races to close that gap down to Alfa Romeo. And this weekend, hopefully, we can jump up ahead of them and get a few more points, you know. If we can get ahead of Alfa Romeo, push on to Mercedes, that'll be the goal. Ferrari and Red Bull right next to each other. They couldn't be much closer, to be honest. And in the Drivers' Championship, Verstappen is leading with Leclerc in second. Gasly and Magnussen both doing a good job. It's good to see that we've got two drivers scoring points this year on a consistent basis. But Gasly currently has the better of the two of them. And you can see Gasly actually has a development point. So we're going to upgrade this. Let's just get his defending upgraded one. Okay, so it's supposed to be a clear race in Baku. We did have a couple of upgrades coming for our car. We had a chassis upgrade and I think it was a suspension upgrade. So let's have a look at our car analysis. You can see compared to the grid average, top speed isn't quite there, and Baku is very important for top speed. But when it comes to the cornering, that is where our car comes alight. So maybe we need to focus a bit more on the top speed. But we're 9th in the top speed, 13th in the acceleration, 11th, 9th, 7th. So we're still at the top of the midfield. It's going to take some work to get up to Mercedes. We're going to be battling with Alfa Romeo mainly this season. But some good performances. We could be up there with Mercedes and potentially steal a few podiums. We haven't got a podium yet. Almost got one in, I think it was Miami with Pierre Gasly. I think he was about a second or two off from Verstappen. But it'll be very nice to get a podium this season. Okay, so you can see here, our pace isn't the greatest around Baku. 3/10 Gasly was away from getting knocked out. And only P14 for him. Magnussen going 2/10 quicker up in a P9. So there is quite a few cars around here, but this shows that we're well and truly in the midfield. You've got Bottas going 7/10 quicker than us. Max Verstappen 1.3 seconds quicker. So this clearly is not a track for us. We're clearly struggling. Our setup is very good. So I'm quite bamboozled as to where our pace has gone. I'm assuming it's just the top speed. You know, we're not the fastest car in a straight line or acceleration wise. So maybe that's why we're so slow. But it does not look good for us this weekend at scoring big points. We're going to go to Q2 and see if we can even get both drivers, maybe even just one driver into Q3. All right, we are in big trouble with Pierre Gasly. He's in the bottom 5, and I don't think he was held up. Magnussen did a decent lap. Magnussen does look faster than Gasly. I think he did in Monaco as well. So recently, Magnussen's been turning it on, where Gasly's been struggling a little bit more. So we're going to send both drivers out on a new set, just to try and make it into Q3. Magnussen is not safe by any stretch of the imagination because you've got Carlos Sainz who got held up. I think Ocon got held up as well. So we need something special from both drivers just to make it into Q3. Have we started a lap? We have started a lap. So green sectors going for both drivers. Cars are crossing the line now. How much do we need to improve by? So, Gasly definitely needs to improve. Magnussen should be... Oh, no, he's not going to be okay. He's going to need to improve as well. So, both drivers need to improve. They're both gone green, but can they make it into Q3? Magnussen just needs to find a little bit of time. He needs to find just under a 10th. Gasly, on the other hand, needs to find 4/10. What can he find on the final lap? Pierre Gasly is knocked out. He only goes up to P13. Magnussen makes it into Q3, but Gasly, P13. That's a bit of a shock. Not even close to make it into Q3. He was over a 10th away. Magnussen just about scrapes through, and he's going to be battling for P8 with Alonso and Vettel. But Bottas looks lightning quick. We should have signed Bottas, really. He looks absolutely incredible in that Alfa Romeo. But he's still yet to cross the line as well. But regardless, only one driver into Q3. This is a track that we seem to not be as good at. So, I guess now, full focus on Kevin Magnussen, seeing if we can get him in to the top 8 for the starting Grand Prix tomorrow. Alright, K-Mag, we need to at least beat Sebastian Vettel, and it'll be nice to get ahead of Fernando Alonso as well. So, they're actually on their flying laps now. We're going to see, as Kevin Magnussen rounds the last couple of corners, and now down this long straight. I mean, this is a slightly tint to the right of a corner, but we don't really count it as we're coming down the long straight. Verstappen currently on pole by 4/10. Can anybody say anything about that? I'm not too sure. But Kevin Magnussen coming across the line, he jumps ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Vettel is on his lap, so he can improve. I don't know why They haven't really started the laps. I thought they were out before us. But anyway, Vettel coming up to the line. He can't improve. Alonso is ahead of us. So P9 for Kevin Magnussen, which isn't bad at all. I think they did already finish their laps, and now they're just coming into the pits. But Verstappen takes pole. It's a 1-2 for Red Bull, so good for them. Bottas in P5 ahead of both Mercedes. Where has our pace gone this weekend? I do not know. Magnussen, though, making the most of the car and showing why we kept him. You know, he was phenomenal last season, and he's starting to outperform Pierre Gasly a little bit. So it's kind of interesting. One race weekend, Pierre Gasly is a faster one. The next, Magnussen. And we've only had a couple where they're pretty much neck and neck. All right, so we could... Ooh, I think we go mediums to hards for Pierre. Oh no, how about we go mediums to hards for Kevin Magnussen, and we do hards to mediums for Pierre Gasly, because then if we, oh, not inters, no, if we could do hards to mediums and make those hards last a while, then a safety car or a red flag comes out, bang, we can come in for the pits and chuck on a set of mediums. The only problem is if the safety car comes out in the first 15 to 20 laps, then we've got to basically change it to a two-stop strategy. So we're taking a bit of a risk, hoping it comes out between lap 25 and, let's say, 30, 31. But I think that's the way to do it from Pierre Gasly, as he is starting outside the top 10. We'll tell him to get... Oh, no. Oh, what if we did that? No, they would die. All right. So that's going to be the strategy for Pierre. Hards to mediums. Mediums to hards for Kevin Magnussen. And let's see what we can do as we head on into the race. It's not our race, by the looks of it. It seems like we're falling back a bit, so we need to get some upgrades going. But we're pretty much similar to where we were last year. Not too much different. But where our main focus now is on this race. We've got to try and make up a couple of positions in the first corner. Is that Kevin Magnussen or is that Pierre Gasly going around the outside? I can't quite tell. It's Magnussen up into P9, where he started. Gasly in P13. He was fighting with the AlphaTauri of Alex Albon. Can he make a move on Esteban Ocon? Magnussen up ahead is going to stay in P9. I don't think Gasly's going to be able to get the move, so I think both drivers hold in position on lap 1. At least they haven't gone into a crash. Let's look at the bright side. So P9 for Magnussen, P13 for Gasly, and Gasly is really going for a different sort of strategy. He's the only one that's gone on the hard tyres. I think a lot of people are going on to the two-stop strategy, and Gasly and Magnussen are both on the one-stop. Okay, now I can see that maybe the strategy for Gasly probably wasn't the best one. He's dropped down into P15. He's really struggling on those hard tyres. Maybe they'll come to him later on. Maybe it will work out. I don't know. But the two-stop strategy probably was the better strategy. We should have probably put one driver in the two-stop and kept the other one on the one-stop. Magnussen doing well, though, P8. Bottas has dropped behind the Mercedes, so we are closing in. You got Hamilton just ahead, Bottas, and then Kevin Magnussen ahead of Vettel. So Magnussen's race is well and truly on. Bottas was on the medium tyres, so that's why he's been overtaken by the two Mercedes on the softs. So if he could just stay on the back, that could work out for him. And maybe the two-stoppers, the Mercedes, both are the two-stoppers, they might struggle a little bit. Because they've got to re-overtake us towards the end of the Grand Prix. Okay, so we've had some pit stoppers now. Hamilton now comes into the pit. So Hamilton's come out. He's come out behind Gasly. I'm not sure how far behind. So he's 2.5 seconds behind Gasly. So if we can hold up Hamilton, yeah, that'll be great, but I don't think we're going to. But Gasly's hard tyres, it still could work, because he's on the one-stop, Hamilton on the two-stop, much like other people. Or Hamilton might be on the one-stop, actually. He's now gone onto the hards. So a bunch of people now onto the hard tyres. All right. If there is a safety car that comes out around lap 30, Gasly will be absolutely loving it. It'll be perfect for his strategy. Magnussen probably going to pit in about 12 to 13 laps time. Soft runners are going to be coming in very, very soon. Magnussen, he's just chilling behind Fernando Alonso. I think he's going for the move now. Oh, it'd be good if he can get past, because Alonso is struggling in those tyres. I'm sure he's going to come into the pits. Yes, he does. So Magnussen comes out right behind Sergio Perez, which is okay, because we know Perez would just breeze past anyway, which Sainz is going to do. Pit window is active for Magnussen. He hasn't pitted yet, but he hasn't really used up much of those medium tyres. So we're going to tell him to go aggressive, and we're going to get him moving a little bit, see if he can really use up these tyres before we bring him into the pits. So Magnussen is going to push. He's got Carlos Sainz behind. There is a crash. There is a crash. Okay, this will be good timing for K-Mag. Anything happen? Any safety car? What are we saying? What are we saying? No safety car, just a yellow flag. Ricardo crashed. That's one of the McLarens. We'll take that. He looks like he's still going. Yep, so no safety car coming out just yet. So we'll keep going with Magnussen. And we're going to push these medium tyres for the next 5 laps before he comes into the pits. We're in this little train. Where's Verstappen going to come out? Verstappen's pretty much winning it all. We might as well use up these tyres. We're going to go a couple more laps, and then we're going to pit him onto the hards. He's in P4. He's ahead of Sainz. Sainz just can't find a way through. Gasly down in P12. Still on the hard tyres. He's going to get past a few people in the pits. He's behind both Mercedes. If we could get a safety car out, it would be perfect for Gasly. Not sure if that's going to happen. He's in his own little race right now, just kind of chilling. But it's working out for Kevin Magnussen, who's in P5. We're telling him to push. I think now we're going to pit. I think now's a perfect time for K-Mag to pit. He's coming down the straight. We're going to pause it. Now we're going to pit him. All right, so we'll pit him onto the hard tyres. And we'll see where he comes out. He's used up those mediums pretty well. I think he's done a pretty decent stint. Let's see him coming into the pits. We need a good pit stop, lads. Let's go. What's the stop time looking? Under 3 seconds? 3.1. We'll take it. That's a good pit stop. He comes out. Who's he ahead of? Ahead of Alex Albon, behind Sebastian Vettel. So a good pit stop means we come out just ahead of Alex Albon, behind Vettel and Ocon, who are battling up ahead. We're on newer hard tyres than Vettel, newer hard tyres than Ocon, but we do have a job to do to get back into the points. Safety car. Oh my days. We literally just pit him. We wait 1 lap. It would have been perfect, but a safety car has come out, which kind of works for Gasly. I think it's a decent time. I'm not sure what's actually happened. We might as well pit him. We're gonna pit him onto the medium tires. Oh, I tell you what, they should make it to the end of the Grand Prix. The pit window is 28 to 34. I think we're on lap 27 right now. What lap are we on? 25, 24. Okay, so it's a little early to pit Gasly, but we're going to have to. Surely we have to pit him onto the hards. Or do we pit him onto the softs? I don't know. His engine's actually going as well. We need to get him in a new engine. That could be why he's slow, actually. That would explain it. He's got older engine, and we did put new engine into Kevin Magnussen's car because he needed it. So that could be the reason why there's a bit of a pace difference. But regardless, we're going to bring Gasly into the pits. We're going to conserve both of their tyres. Let's see where Gasly comes out. So Gasly P15, thanks to the pit stop. If we would have kept Magnussen out another lap, that would have been absolutely beautiful. But it is Sergio Perez out of the Grand Prix. Let's see what he's done. Going in for the turn 2. Oh, he's actually spun it. He's fully spun it. I wonder if a car's gone into him. No, the Ferrari's avoided it this time. Unlike in real life in Monaco, the Ferrari managed to avoid it. So that is Perez out of the Grand Prix, I believe. No, he's still in. He's still in the Grand Prix. All the hard runners are going to get to the end of the Grand Prix now. Gasly, on the mediums, could make them work. I'm not sure if they'll last to the end of the Grand Prix. It's going to be touch and go. Maybe we should have went for a 2-stop strategy, put them on softs. But I don't think that would have worked either, because I don't think he would have caught back up. Somehow didn't get his DRS. Oh, my days. We got this problem for Gasly where we had this last season. It doesn't let me change anything. So he's on conserve tyres, he's on conserve fuel, and he's going to lose loads of spots until we see like a replay that we can watch. So until we get a replay, Gasly is just going to get overtaken left, right, and centre. That is frustrating. So let's get underway. Let's see and hope there's a replay that we can watch. Come on, K-Mag. We need you to get an overtake so we can watch a replay. Because, this is an annoying glitch. They need to fix this. Latifi's going to breeze past Gasly because he's not using anything. He's still on harvest as well. So Latifi should breeze past Gasly. But I'll tell you what, it is Latifi. So I'm not sure if he's going to. And Gasly's doing a good job. But yep, Latifi's going to get through. So we need to watch an overtake. We should be able to watch that overtake, actually. And then Gasly will be able to come back to us. Is Danny Rick's going to make a move? No, he's not. So come on, let's see the replay. This is so frustrating. There we go. Okay, so watch that replay. Let's skip. And now we should be able to edit. Yes, we can. Okay, so now you understand what I mean. We can push a little bit with Gasly. I don't know why you can't hear his engine. Sounds weird on Gasly's engine. Maybe because his engine's broken? I don't know. But we're going to get going. And hopefully he can now get past Latifi pretty easily, which he does. And Gasly can get his race underway. Magnussen makes a move on Ocon. And we've wasted up all of his battery on accident. But Magnussen's going to get to the end of Grand Prix on these hards. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful with Gasly's mediums. Magnussen just can't get through this train. He's stuck in P11. He's got to get ahead of Guan Yu Zhou. Gasly getting past Albon up in a P14. But there's a bit of a gap between 13th and 12th. So if Gasly can get through on Norris, we're still light in his tyres because we're just being a little bit cautious. We want to make sure his tyres get to the end of the Grand Prix. Not sure if they're going to, but Magnussen did get through on Sebastian Vettel. That is a big move. Let's see how he did it. He's got DRS. Vettel does not. He's going to go around the outside at turn 1. Is he going to get the move done before the corner? Yes, he does. Okay, so he just breezes past him down the straight. That is a crucial move. So we've got about 13 laps to go. Magnussen in P9. I don't think Gasly's going to be able to score points. We're just being cautious on his tyres. Magnussen, on the other hand, is in for a good point scoring position as he's up in a P8. He's up in a P8 now. We're going to try and pull away. Oh, we don't have any more ERS. We've got to try and pull away from Fernando Alonso, though. That's the goal. If we can pull away from Fernando Alonso, that should be a comfortable P8, which he is doing. I'm not sure about anybody else's tyres. I think everybody's tyres is going to be all right. Gasly now in P13, so maybe people come into the pits. Oh, it's just people at the back. So Gasly, he is quite a bit off the pace. I don't think he's going to get anywhere near the top 10. He's actually just been overtaken by the McLaren. I think the full focus is on Magnussen. So part of Gasly's downfall, which I didn't realise, was his engine. We should have maybe put in a new engine for this circuit, knowing that... Oh, don't tell me he's... Oh, my days.
Here's the replay. Now just focus on the Haas.
It was looking like 4 points were coming to Haas. And he spun in the middle of the track. If he can't move, is that not a safety car? VSC something? What have you done, K-Mag? No, he's got going again. He's got going again. The yellow flag's cleared up. Magnussen down in a P12. And we're going to score no points this weekend.
Use everything from the tyres. Use everything.
Gosh, what a donut. What a donut. I mean, he's used most of the tyres just from the spin. We've got 5 laps to go. Magnussen closing on the back of the train now. Okay, maybe he can still salvage some points. We've pretty much used all of his tyres just to catch on up. And you can see his tyres have been used a lot more. So, going to have to relax a little bit. Maybe we... Do we have... I don't think we have time, really, to harvest some energy. We're going to try it. We've got Gasly. He's not going to catch up in time. So, we're going to try and go around the next lap just by harvesting some energy, which we're doing pretty well. And we've stayed within the little pack. So he's harvested up a bit of energy, so we could really go for it if we wanted to. He stayed in the DRS, but we got to go for the move pretty soon. Gasly not really closing on the back, which is a little frustrating. Maybe we go aggressive, just try and catch up. And you can see there we went 3 wide. Magnussen, did he gain a place? Not quite. He's still stuck behind Vettel. We still could get 1 single point here. Gasly closing on in. He might be interested in what's going on. But Magnussen trying to salvage a point for the mistake that he made by spinning. We've got 2 laps to go as we come across the line now. And he's not within this battle. He's not within DRS. Or he's just about within DRS. And he's got to kind of join it. We're going to go for it on the final lap of the Grand Prix. We've saved up some ERS. On the other hand, Gasly just pushing to try and see if he can get on the back of them as Magnussen thinks of a move on the Alpine but can't get it done. Vettel now in P10. Ocon looks like he's got enough of a gap from Vettel so he doesn't have to worry, and we need Fernando Alonso to challenge Sebastian Vettel, especially down this next straight, so we can go for a move. So we've actually got 2 more laps coming up to the line this time around. We got it wrong, but if we can get at least 1 overtake, we could be in for some points. So down this next straight is going to be interesting. We're going to ride on board with Kevin Magnussen. We're going to deploy some ERS. I think we're too far back, you know. Oh, we're not even in DRS of Alonso, I don't think. We're too far behind. So we need to get closer. Come on, K-Mag. I think his tyres are going. He's going to get DRS down this next straight. Is Alonso going to go for the move? He is going to go for the move on Vettel. Come on. Come on. Find something. Find something, K-Mag. You just got to find something. Oh, my days. I think we're going to run out of blimmin' tyres by the end of this Grand Prix, much like Gasly, and we're not going to score any points here in Baku. It was looking like a comfortable P8 for Magnussen. And AlphaTauri's going to finish in P8, for goodness sake. But we got one more straight, or two more straights, really. Actually, three, if you count the final charge, to make a move. But we got two cars to overtake, not just one. So it's going to be very difficult to get the job done as we come around the final couple of corners before this long straight. This is where we're going to get the move. Can Alonso overtake Vettel? Can we overtake the pair of them? As we've got DRS, we got overtake on. We're going to go for the move on the Alpine of Fernando Alonso. Come on, K-Mag. Oh, not quite. Alonso right on the back of Sebastian Vettel. It's all kicking off down this straight. I'm losing my voice. Come on, K-Mag. What have you got? Close on in. He can't get the move done. Oh, my days. Where's the pace gone? Gasly's lost out to Albon, for God's sake. Who's got the fastest lap? Where's the AlphaTauri pace come from? What is going on? Why do we have absolutely no pace? Came back around the outside. Oh, he stopped on the track. That's race over. He's not going to blimmin' get past now. For goodness sake. Oh, my days. We used up all of our ERS, I think. That's, we got one more chance, but I don't think we're going to get past a pair of them. Maybe if there's only one car. Alonso's not close enough to Vettel. Or can we get the move done before even the straight? What's Kevin Magnussen doing here? He's got the inside. He's gone for it on Alonso. That would have been absolutely incredible if it was for the points. But he's not close enough to Vettel to get Vettel back. He's going to have blimmin' DRS. But there's way too big of a gap. He did get Fernando Alonso. Look how close that was. If that was for a point, that would have been a very good finish. But it's only P11 because he messed up. What do you mean hard luck again? That was you, Kevin Magnussen. You messed up, not me. So P11 and P14. The pace just wasn't there. Gasly had lack of power. Let's put it that way. I know what happened, Gasly. It wasn't your fault. We should have put a new engine in. But Magnussen was certainly his fault. He had new engines, but he screwed it up. I was thinking of taking a grid penalty in this Grand Prix, actually, because both drivers have basically ruined their engines, so we're going to need to take several this season. But no points in this weekend. I'll tell you what, it's not looking good for us in the Constructors. We've got 69 points in P5, year ahead of Alpine, but we're losing track to Alfa Romeo and Mercedes. It is a long season, and we're not even close to halfway yet, so we do have time, but we need to put in some good performances and get some good weekends in very soon to close that gap up. And the drivers, still the same for our drivers, obviously, and Verstappen extends his advantage out in front, with Ferrari picking up good points as well with a 2-3. And that's why it's so close in the championship, because Perez is really, really struggling. Any development points? Give us something for this weekend. Make this weekend at least somewhat worth it. Nah, no drivers getting development points, so a poor weekend all round. Pretty much null and void. We don't even care about that weekend. 0 points. Kevin Magnussen spinning. We do actually have one development point for each driver. But anyway, next time is in Canada. Hopefully we can have a bit better. We had 2 new upgrades for this Grand Prix, and we severely lacked pace. We're going to be maybe we might take a grid penalty in Canada. It's a decent place to do it. Maybe we'll do it in Silverstone, but we've got to do it soon. We've got to do it in a place where we can overtake, because we're going to have to do it at a couple tracks this year, not just one like we did last time. Anyway, if you are enjoying this series, make sure you go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.